The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. Ukraine says its troops are still fighting against the attempted encirclement of the key city of Bakhmut. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the head of the troops were in favor of further strengthening positions in Bakhmut to continue their defensive program. This amid Russia's attempts to surround the city and secure what would be its first major gain in more than half a year. Moscow believes capturing the city would be a step towards seizing the entire Donbas region. However, the United States believes that the fall of Bakhmut will not mean that Russians have changed the tide of the fight. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says the capture of Bakhmut would be more of a symbolic value than it is strategic and operational. South Korea on Monday proposes establishing a public foundation to compensate victims of wartime forced labor by Japan instead of using funds from Japanese private sector firms. This move aims to help resolve strained ties between the two countries. South Korea's Foreign Minister Park Jin says that under the plan, South Korea would compensate former forced laborers through an existing public foundation funded by its own private sector companies. The move faced immediate backlash from some victims in South Korea's main opposition party, who accused the government of capitulating to Japan.
경색된 이런 한일 관계에
I expect Japan will respond with a comprehensive apology from the government and voluntary participation from Japanese companies to our government's grand determination to create a breakthrough to improve the strained South Korea-Japan ties. I expect this solution can become a window of opportunity in history for South Korea and Japan to overcome hostility and conflict, and I think this is the last opportunity.
Japan's foreign minister, meanwhile, welcomes South Korea's plan. Yoshimasa Hayashi hopes that the move will improve poor relations that have impeded trade, political, and military cooperation between the two countries. Poor relations between the two have been a point of concern for the United States as it seeks to present a more unified front with its allies against the rising power of China and threats from North Korea's expanding missile and nuclear arsenal.
I hope that this announcement will serve as an opportunity, and with these measures being carried out, it will lead to a strong expansion of exchanges between Japan and South Korea in the fields such as politics, economy, and culture.
The United Nations says the Taliban's treatment of women in Afghanistan could amount to a crime against humanity. UN Special Rapporteur Richard Bennett said the group's acts towards women may be considered gender persecution. Bennett called on the UN Human Rights Council to send a strong message that this is unjustifiable on any ground. In December, the Taliban banned most female aid workers, prompting many agencies to partially suspend operations. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. Police are now looking into the cause of the stampede at a hip-hop concert in New York that left one dead and two others fighting for their lives. New York police reported concert goers were just exiting the venue when the crowd began to surge. According to the police, there were reports that the crowd panicked because they had heard gunshots. Police say that while there is no evidence of gunfire, authorities are now looking into the several possible causes of the surge, including crowd size or pepper spray and other contributing factors. In total, 9 people were injured in the stampede, including 2 in critical condition. Toblerone is removing the Matterhorn mountain peak from its packaging as it moves some production outside of Switzerland. This is to ensure that the brand does not violate Switzerland's Swissness Act, which prevents national symbols from appearing on non-Swiss products. The new packaging will be changed to a streamlined mountain logo and will state established in Switzerland instead of Switzerland. Here are the top entertainment headlines from around the world. A year after Will Smith smacked him at the Oscars, Chris Rock gave his rebuttal in a Netflix special in which he said he took that hit like Pacquiao. Chris Rock's selective outrage broadcast from the Hippodrome Theater in Baltimore on Saturday marked Netflix's first foray into live streaming. Bollywood superstar Amitabh Bachchan has been injured while shooting a film in India and is recovering at home. The 80-year-old posted on his blog that he sustained a rib injury while working on a film, Project K. The office of UK's King Charles III has contacted Prince Harry about the new monarch's coronation, raising the possibility of Harry attending the ceremony. If Harry and wife Meghan were to attend, it would be the first meeting of the prince and his father since Harry revealed family secrets in his book Spare. And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. Coming right up is Agenda at 8 a.m. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.